You guys, I made a part 4, but it literally vanished. Like, it's literally not here. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to um give a little an additional message for that. I was getting the energy that you guys are coming into independent wealth. You're breaking generational curses. Um, Give me a recap of what I already told the collective. Yeah, you were dealing with people who used the phrase "I love you" crazily. Okay, you were dealing with people who you were actually remaining hopeful about that would change. All right, any more messages for this collective regarding what we talked about? Let me see if I can find the card. Yeah, some of you guys are growing apart from this individual. Okay, because you're evolving. And I feel like some of you guys, you're just getting some space to think, but this is probably going to help push you into the energy that you need to be in. Okay, you're most definitely getting out of a situation or being on your own now. And whether you're a single parent or a no parent at all, okay, I feel like you tried to keep the passion alive in this connection. All right, you were doing what it takes to keep the passion alive, to spark renewal and romance because you still cared about this person. But in all honesty, they just weren't the one. It was like taking a step forward and going 3 steps back. All right, just wasting your time in a connection with a person that you were going to have to move on from anyways. That's probably why some of you guys felt like there was still something out there in the world to explore. But this person was just distracting you. Okay, you were just, or distracting yourself. You were just filling your life with other things that you knew wasn't really, so I feel like you're finally breaking yourself free from stress and toxic relationships, and you're building a more stronger, stable foundation. Okay, let's see. Take your time. So yeah, some of you guys, you're focusing on yourself and you're moving forward. You may end up putting yourself back out there in the dating scene again because you're now realizing to choose wisely. Okay, it had nothing to do with, oh, you're cursed, you just choose the wrong people, but it has a lot to do with now you're applying the wisdom that you've obtained, and you're balancing out your emotions and your logic. You're balancing out intuition and the truth. Right? And I don't mean to say those like separately, but you're just taking account into the truth. You're taking account into your intuition. You're balancing out your emotions, and you're balancing out logic or the mind. Right? And I feel like this is catapulting you into a life that you could have ever dreamt of. Right? You were all in with whoever this was. This was a long-term connection that you were investing in. I feel like this could have been some type of brief affair or a rocky relationship, right? So it's like maybe you were expecting long-term from a short-term situation. Okay? But I feel like you're healing now. You're healing. You're moving on with your life. All right? You're probably struggling with, is this my intuition? But it is. I feel like you're doing what's best for yourself because you probably were operating from a space of emotion. Like, and I seen not long ago this video that said, sometimes you have to stop caring about how you feel and start focusing on what's real, like the truth. It was something like that. But it was basically telling you like to get out of your feelings and your emotions because of course you're a person that wears their heart on their sleeve. You love people. And it's like, this is bigger than just loving people. This has a lot to do with loving yourself and finally coming into connections that you deserve. Healthy ones, right? So I feel like a lot of these people, they probably couldn't fathom why you are the way you are because they didn't go through what you went through, right? Some of these people, they don't have wisdom, right? They didn't experience certain things in a way that shifted them to where they are on your level. But I feel like you're going to attract somebody who does. You're going to attract an intellectual. You're going to attract somebody who is not just a couch potato. They're actually doing something with their life. Okay? This could be somebody that's about truth, justice. So you're not going to attract any more liars, any more lazy individuals, any more people who are jealous of you. This will be someone who knows that you have money, but they still want to provide for you, right? Because they know that that's your money, queen. Put that up for whatever you want. Like, don't even spend it. I got you. Like, just put that in your savings. Anything you need or want, here you go. I got you, right? You're breaking generational curses and you're building generational wealth, or you will reach generational wealth in this lifetime for sure. Okay? So keep on trusting in your intuition, because these people, they're going to try to manipulate you every chance they get. Do not self-sabotage. Keep moving forward. Okay? Because I promise you, you're moving into calmer waters. All of a sudden, your life is going to be so peaceful. And don't go backwards and say, oh, I'm bored, or I miss this person, let me hit them up, because now you're repeating the cycle. Keep breaking the cycle and move on, because I promise you the sun will come out to shine again. You won't be sad, feeling alone. If you feel alone, that's only maybe a spiritual lesson that you need to learn within that, because in reality, you're never really alone. And it's important. The best relationship or most important relationship you can have is with yourself. So you need to learn how to start adapting to that. A lot of times we grow up around family, society, we go to school, so we're never really alone. So it's time to really appreciate that and look at it in a different perspective. Okay? I feel like you've been investing for years. You've been growing. I'm seeing progress here, and you're going to start seeing those results. You're going to have a time to where you can finally rest. And I feel like you always were able to do this, but sometimes we have free will. Sometimes we're operating from our emotions instead of, balancing it out with our mind and our intuition. So I just feel like a lot of these things were lessons that was necessary to be learned. All right, this person may try to rush in towards you. I feel like they think about you. They're probably listening to sad songs right about now, but that has nothing to do with you. You tried as much as you could. Somebody could be from the Houston area. All right, angel number 713 could be very significant. Any more messages for the collective? I just feel like you're choosing yourself and you're breaking the generational curse. You're taking back your power. Okay, and regardless, you were always gonna win, but I feel like this is an even better result of what you're gonna get, because now you don't have to be stressing out again. I feel like the only reason why you were unhappy was tied to other people, because they were disappointing you in a whole bunch of other stuff. So now you're going to be in this space where you connect with people who don't disappoint you, people who don't have to change in like these certain ways that you don't have to change, because you didn't come into the world dishing out trauma, right? You weren't this walking karma for anyone, right? You have maybe flaws, but not baggage. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to come into a better life now because you're choosing better for yourself. Therefore, you're going to choose better relationships. Therefore, some of you guys probably really passed some type of huge test. Okay? Like dead serious. Because I feel like that's because you were being smart. You're being smart. Okay? But their time is up. You're a being that you're not in this energy of lack, and they're a being that's in this energy of lack. And their time is up because 12:21 on the clock, 12:12. Their time is up. They're out in the cold. They're out in the rain. Some of you guys could have ghosted them, left them out where they stand, right? You don't have to feel bad for it. It's just you're choosing yourself. That's all it is. And you're building a relationship with yourself. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. And some of you guys are going to be attracting your soulmate. Now, some of y'all probably thought you was connecting with a twin flame that whole time, and you weren't. They were a false twin flame. Now you're going to actually be connecting with your twin flame. Okay, and it's not going to be toxic and chaotic either. So, I'm also seeing the world here. So, yeah, you completed a cycle. A chapter has ended in your life. Endings bring new beginnings. Okay, these people are in apathy, waiting for you to contact them or reach back out to them. Some of you guys are still healing from the bittersweet moments of this situation. But some of y'all, you're not returning no phone calls no more. It's like I've been trying to keep us together for years, and I'm not doing it no more. So it's your loss. At this point, you should have done better.